Do have a quorum. And would you all stand and say pledge of allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh my God, that's what gave me
I will start by apologizing that I may lose my voice or cough up a lung, neither of which would be very good for the meeting. And I will have to decline any hugs tonight since I'm probably contagious, although I don't expect any hugs anyway. So.
It was on my list of things to do.
Everybody's present except Karen.
Karen's
Karen's out sick.
out sick. And I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second that.
You have to make a motion first.
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Is there any further discussion on the minutes? Modifications, changes?
I've read them and think there's a few just clerical things. In the financial summary, it says John T, and I think it's probably John W, John Willett. I'm not sure, I guess these are AI generated minutes. Is that right? And then somebody.
Then we go back through it.
And then we'll go back through
I'm
it.
not sure who proofread them, but then roads repair and culvert repair, it says David S. provides an update on the roads report. Certainly that means road.
No, it was down to.
It was,
Right?
it was a Friday night.
Okay, so. And then the next one, it says, under lakes and beaches, Scott reported contact with aqua control. I think that's probably aquatic control.
Aquatic control.
They had contacted me and I gave.
Yeah, I've talked to Beverly Friday.
Gave them your information. And then at the end, it says communication guidelines and adjournment, which is a duplication, so. Those are
Yeah.
just clerical things, but I figured these are probably AI generated, but I don't know who.
But we still
I'm
need to
gonna
look at
send-
it.
What?
We still need to
Somebody needs
look
to
at it.
proofread them before we.
I'm gonna
do it.
send them to you, Ken.
Well, I mean, no, I think that everybody.
That should be proofreader. Gotta be proofreader. Do not make you laugh.
Maybe we need to make a motion to send him home sick. So we're all not sick.
I back up.
I'll second that.
We'll make it quick.
All right, we'll just keep rolling.
All right, financial report. Cal?
Yeah, I always compare the Clyde slope and bank accounts are down about the right amount. Accounts receivable are similarly on the right path, so total assets is very similar and everything looks fine, no surprises.
And you will give a comparison for the next 3 months, correct?
Yeah, every quarter. I did it last month for the first quarter and I'll do it again in April for the second quarter.
And we're still working with CPM to finalize the budget and some other
Yeah, we
issues.
have a draft,
We have a draft.
but we have not really approved.
And I think that's on us now.
Yes,
So our hands
yeah,
to
we're-
approve it, change it, whatever, and get it back to them.
We even had a preliminary look at it, but it's not done.
I will move for the financial report to be approved.
My second?
I make a motion to do it.
Okay, I second.
Okay. I just did,
Oh, you did.
that's all right.
Second it, okay.
Oregon.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. ACC committee report.
Pretty limited report, we continue to get new projects, which is good. We have no variance requests to present this month. We continue to work through that spreadsheet regarding all the projects that have been out there, some for 2 and 3 years, and we're That's why my message about QuickBooks. The committee continues to go through the entire manual and the rules, and we're, again, proofreading them, trying to condense them and reduce any redundancy, et cetera, duplications. And once we do that, I'll present a red line copy to the board for their approval, and we'll have them retyped, and hopefully it will be better. We'll see.
Sounds good. There's a couple of binders in the back office I'd like for you to take a look at after the meeting if you have a couple of minutes.
Okay.
There's ACC stuff that's fairly old.
Is that the one, the motion binder? There's one that's all about the motions.
There's 2 or 3 of them back there.
Okay. I've only seen one.
I've started to try to gather things together and see what we need to keep.
Yeah.
Okay. Roads report.
So the only thing we got coming up besides the snowstorm, which I think we are just fine for that, similar situation that we had the last snowstorm. Everything should be smooth, all trucks are running. We are waiting on the 3rd truck to come back from the shop, but it is getting work done to it. But we did the huge storm with 2 trucks, so I think we'll be fine as long as we don't lose the truck. But hopefully the other one will be done, hopefully around noon tomorrow, and maybe we'll have the 3rd as well. There's one culvert that we are looking at that I would have liked to got to a couple months ago, but just other stuff has come up with making sure the snow equipment and everything's working. But 5651 Lake Hill Drive, we'll be looking at on next Monday, the 22nd, I believe. And that'll be just cammering under the culvert. It's a culvert that may have material in it, and then on the homeowner's side, they've attached a plastic culvert that they put a house on 2 lots, and the culvert originally come in right into the middle of the front porch at the road, and they've added a plastic culvert to it to direct it down, not the current homeowner, but a previous. So we're trying to get a good camera on that. He just has water coming out of his hill, and he's worried. So we want to take a look at that. And I think the previous board had actually been working on that as well, or looked at it.
We only got as far as to stick the camera in it from across the street from his house.
Okay. And what was your, did you get the visual on the camera back then?
It's blocked. I don't know if it collapsed or it's full of debris, but we can only get the,
Okay, so more than likely a dig out and,
we only maybe get it in this far
okay.
Before it.
Okay, we'll take another look at it with the camera, and then if it's clogged and crushed, it'll be on the roads next bidding to get that done. Other than that, that's all I got.
At the ACC meeting, someone asked us to report, there was some concern about the potholes right at the front gate, both at the entrance and the exit. They just asked if those could be addressed the next time we fix potholes, because,
Yep.
and Mary Lou said she almost fell putting things on the board.
So we were gonna cold patch it on
We-
Sunday, but the
Weather.
weather and the cold just didn't allow it, but
Okay.
we'll get a few of those that are especially right up front done. I mean, all the potholes was only a few $1,000s. I think it was under 3,000 that they went through. It wasn't much, but those are all temporary patches. Those weren't permanent, and I'm actually very happy on that. I think 80% of them are still there after those 2 storms. So may have him run back through them in spring, and till we get to, you know, actual road bidding for more cutouts and replacements.
Yeah, that pothole by the gate will have to be cut out. and
Well, that's a
taken
high
down.
traffic area.
Yeah, absolutely,
It's
yeah.
only gonna get worse.
And if we're gonna concrete that in, we may have to close that gate for the night, you know, until we get a plate on it, if we're gonna do a full concrete patch on there. That's all I got for roads.
Lakes and beaches.
Well, we had a scare. I don't know if anybody's heard over on Spring Lake. We had an optical illusion. Water was coming over the spillway. And down on the bottom, there's a rock that comes out of the concrete. It's been there ever since they built the lake, and it was going over the top of it. And it sure looked like it was leaking out. So I had to climb up in there, and I took some video, and I sent it to Rolla, to our inspector, and she compared it to some other stuff that she had, and she said, yeah, that's the way it was. And so we got that issue settled.
So the DNR inspectors.
And DNR, and then far as
lake treatment go, I talked to them Friday and I'm waiting for another bid. They were about 10,000 more this year than last year. But we treated twice a month last year. So we're gonna get bids and I'm sure we'll go with the same people. But other than that, it's winter time and everything. The water temperature's like 40-something degrees. We had ice the other day.
Started forming.
And along with lakes and beaches and maintenance a little bit, we've got a couple of the residents that are being employed, or general contractors for us, and they're working out really well. It's gonna be nice to have some maintenance people to help do stuff and trim some trees, do the gates, and plow the snow and everything, so it's working out good. That's it on that end.
Security report, I have done a few gate repairs, but Dave, you wanna take over the security and, the communication work that you're working on?
I don't have a whole lot to report on the security.
We're having a hard time getting people wanting to be involved in the security, even on lakes and beaches, like, we're gonna put up another notice, but we set one out for security, and I don't think we got one, Mr. Cobb, maybe?
We have 5.
Oh, we did get 5 back?
I
Okay.
shot you an email with folks that are interested, got a pretty good start. I need to pull that names back up, but, I did set the expectation that we would do some digital introductions. Definitely wanna get John in as well to kind of review some of the project list, but I wanna do a physical walkthrough on the infrastructure. And then bring the committee in on what I've discovered thus far, and all of us go through the project list together. That's really all I have on the security side of things. Nothing fancy new yet, still doing some discovery. As far as the communication strategy, I did reach out to Tara to kind of get that email drafted up to go out to the community and make sure all the information is correct and accurate within CPM. To also share what's coming in the new feature ads. She hasn't sent me that draft yet to review, but when I do, I'll make sure we all see it.
I did send Tara a request for an email to the community to encourage people to park off the road so we can get the snowplows through, and that will do the snow route, and then through streets, and the cul-de-sacs will be the last to open up. Communication report, Mary Lou.
I have nothing.
Okay. Maintenance, Scott, you have anything else?
Well, we worked on the tractors, the trucks, everything's ready to go. Our salt shed's full, all the trucks are been maintained. Today we worked about 4 hours on the tractor doing yearly maintenance and adding oil and changing oil. We're ready. And as far as that goes, Dave said we got the truck in the shop, we had new tires put on it, we had the brakes worked on, so we're gonna have our 3rd truck here tomorrow, hopefully about noon. We didn't, like I said, we didn't use it last time, but we'll have it if we need it. That's it.
Any old business?
No, I think, or go ahead.
Go ahead.
I've got something for new. I will.
I don't know, should we discuss that? The thing you said, Dave, about the guy wanting the ditch on the other side of the road from him.
We could,
We
I'll
never
bring that
brought
up for sure.
What?
I can bring that up to the community real quick.
Do you want to do that now, or?
Yeah, we could do that now. So there was a person on the back lake that had called, I'm not gonna mention any names, but he had brought up that he wanted a ditch covered across the street because he had his friends backed in the ditch when they left his house. But it was across the street, and it was, it's on someone else's lot, so I don't think it's something that we should be disturbing someone else's lot to make it convenient for one person. I just think whenever his friends leave, he needs to maybe go out there and just remind him of the ditch across the street from his house. So that's something that we can't alter that lot. I suggested he may want to try to buy it. His exact words, that was a horrible idea. So I just left it at that.
Well, it's got a home, it's improved, it's an improved lot, and there's rock in the ditch, and
But I think there's a triangular lot that also comes down next to that improved lot with the house that he may be talking about. He has a half-moon driveway, and he was talking about the left-hand side if you're looking at the road from his front porch.
yeah,
So
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
yeah, it was,
We were on, at least discussed it in agreement, but I mean,
yeah.
that's not our property.
That's not our
It
lot.
is property.
We'd get in trouble.
Yeah. Is that it for old business?
So are you gonna reach out to that guy or
I did,
respond?
yeah.
Any additional old business? New business?
New business, I just wanna bring up that, rain tree cleanup. So the HOA wants to do April 5th and April 12th. We also have
No.
someone,
April 5th unless the weather's bad,
correct,
and then it's the 12th.
correct. We have someone also in the audience that called me this week, Carrie, that was wanting to arrange a cleanup as well. So maybe we can do it on the same date, maybe we can, or have another date, but I'll have Carrie talk about that whenever we have open forum. But I just wanted to bring that up, to everybody that, you know, there is a day being projected to go around, just pick up the trash that has gotten thrown out from whoever. Hopefully it's
Well,
none of us.
And this, in the past, this has been a very successful cleanup, not as successful as we would like, because we failed to get the number of volunteers that we would like to get. The POA will cover the dumpster. It's part of our contract with Republic Services. And we will try to encourage people to volunteer for it. It's a very worthwhile project. And I think that it's something that it shows that we have some community support for, and the more people we can get out, the better off we're going to be. It would be great if we cover the entire community. I'm not sure that we've ever done that in the past, but let's try to get it done this year.
Well, Scott, you need to either have the public and order the dumpster or have
Okay.
Haley.
Order it, okay, right.
I mean.
We put it on the boat ramp last time, you know. over
Somebody,
the parking
yeah,
lot.
I mean, it just, somebody.
Right, we have to, I know that, I'll
Order
order
it.
it, okay. Because we got a broken dumpster down in the shop, we need to get rid of the bottom, it's totally rusted out of it.
Okay. We need to get you to get some amoxicillin.
Amoxicillin's for bacteria, not viruses. There are 280 some viruses that cause upper respiratory tract infections. Anything else on new business?
Yeah, construction road responsibility, someone is building a home in here, it's the only house on a new road, and they're requesting that we put gravel down. The issue started because they were dragging a lot of mud and gravel out of the construction site onto the road, and they agreed to start cleaning that up. Several contractors do, they sweep them out once a day or twice a week, whatever, but this person was saying that we need more gravel on the road itself. He already added some, but doesn't have the resources to continue adding gravel. And,
Yeah, it's so off of Forest Drive.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
so,
he called the other day, wanting more gravel. When I was up here, and I'm like, we'll talk about it at the meeting, but I mean, I told him we'd repair his road when he's got his house finished.
So it was a road that was originally gravel,
Yeah.
and they're dragging mud onto that gravel
Right, and
road.
they put 4 or 5 loads of gravel on it.
no,
Never gravel?
No, they put gravel on it when they built it, because I ride up there all the time. When he built that road, he put gravel going in there.
okay, let me finish just the
Okay.
original story. So there was some gravel there, and he added some more gravel, but when I told him, hey, you can't continue to drag mud and gravel off of the construction site onto Forest Road,
Mhm.
he said, well, it actually needs more gravel because all the gravel there has worked down into the mud. And he put some of that gravel on there, but I think we had previously put gravel on there as well. So I'm told that there was gravel there when he started. And so, I mean, I'm not sure whose responsibility that is. We are responsible for paving, and it doesn't say asphalt or concrete, it just says we're responsible for paving a road within 1 year of
Of the house
completion of a
construction.
home.
Correct.
But, I mean, gravel is the base for concrete or asphalt. And so, I mean, we own the road, so I'm not sure, is it his responsibility to gravel our road? Do we want somebody else working on our road,
No, it's our responsibility to gravel it, but if he's dragging mud on top of our road, that's one issue. If he's not, and the road is in Superior to do what it needs to
okay,
do,
what I'm
then
saying
that's
is,
our deal.
what he's saying is that he's dragging mud out of there because there's insufficient gravel on the road, not on his home site,
Right.
but on the road. And so I'm not sure if we should be responsible for putting that gravel down. It is our road and it will serve as a base. And maybe he'll still be dragging mud out from the construction site. I don't know, we could cross that bridge when we get there, but
It just
somebody who
has
knows
to,
more about roads than I do.
we'll
should
look
probably-
at it, but it has to be done correctly. I mean, the base has gotta be 8 inches and, a solid 8 inches all the way across. There can't be mud slinging up through that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So are we responsible for bringing that road up, not for asphalt now or anything, but if it needs more gravel so that they quit dragging mud onto the road, are we gonna tell them that's your problem or it's ours? It's our road, so I
The
don't know.
mud coming from his lot onto our road is his problem. Us
Well,
getting
what
the
if the
gravel
mud's
there
coming
is
from the-
our problem. You know,
Okay, that's why, well, that's the main question, is, and we don't know which one it is until you put more gravel on the road possibly and say, okay, you're still getting mud on the road, so maybe it's from your site, I don't know, I'm just,
We'll take a look at it.
I think
We
somebody,
get the dump
the
truck
roads
back and
people-
the salt spreader off here in a month, we can go
I
gravel
got
the
pictures
road.
of before. That's the road, he knocked down our sign, and that's the gravel before he added anything.
that's what I'm saying, there was
Yeah.
already gravel
That
there.
was from when the subdivision was made. That's
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly, and so we added more, and we added gravel, and he added gravel apparently.
Well, the gravel we have there was from when we built the subdivision, it hasn't been recent.
Okay, nonetheless, there's been gravel out there, and we're still getting mud onto Forest Drive, and so he's agreed to sweep that off. What I'm saying is, you know, we can tell him, well, the mud's coming from your site, not from the road, but he's saying, no, it's coming from the gravel court, not his building site.
It's possible it's in Superior and it needs to be corrected.
That's what
Right.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm on the
So-
same page with it.
Okay,
Look at
so can somebody look at it and say, yeah, there definitely needs to be more gravel here, or there doesn't? And then whose responsibility is that? I think,
If it's our road, it's ours.
I think so too, okay. I'm not gonna make that decision unilaterally, I think the board or somebody needs to.
Yeah, we'll go look at it, see what the deal is.
Sorry if I didn't explain that well.
No, I heard.
We're good.
Okay.
We were familiar with it.
I have a basic question on that. There was a road, I can't remember the name of it, but there was building supplies on the corner of it.
That's it? They hit it with the truss. This is his picture that I
This,
was.
well, different one was
Oh,
right down
different
here
one.
on Lincoln.
Oh, on Lincoln, yeah, they got that pushed
Yeah,
up.
they're
a little
delivering
bit.
their material
Yeah.
right there
Did
to the
they
road.
get it off?
They got it off the road and the mud cleaned up a little bit.
Okay.
And we've changed that'll be in the updated manual that
You don't.
not only can they pile dirt or other soil, rock, et cetera, but they can't pile construction materials where it would limit the sight of drivers, et cetera. It can't be on the road, or we've added all those things already.
Okay, just.
More to come on that.
Any additional new business?
New business, but the agenda says information regarding infrastructure crisis fund. Is there supposed to be something to that?
Emergency funding.
Was the one I mentioned to you, the guy had asked if to be on the agenda?
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
It's
that.
under financial.
Yeah. I don't know anything more than what's on the thing. See, all three ICFs, 111, 312.
What was his question?
Do you know what the question was?
He just stated his name and his email address and wanted it to be on the agenda about infrastructure crises fund.
It was our question.
Okay, we have one.
Huh?
We have a fund.
I guess the question was how much is in it and how is the money contributed to that fund and how often?
There's $111,000 in
There's three. There's three separate funds,
$333,000 in the
Yeah.
three of them.
3 and 34. Yeah, about, but
And it's.
is
John,
that yearly
you wanna answer
contribution,
that?
John?
Yeah, it's governed by the bylaws. Once a year, in September or October, it's funded based on, I'm probably gonna,
I think it's a
this is, let me
percentage.
pull it up. It's a certain percentage in the bylaws. It's at 5, thank you. So 5% of the collected assessment has to be put into the infrastructure crisis fund. And those are the bottom 3 accounts on the balance sheet. They say they're all 1,200 numbers ICF. And the reason there's 3 accounts is it's a tiered CD, so they don't all expire at the same time. So if we ever needed to get the money, I believe you need 7 of the 9 board members to approve an expenditure. 8? 8 of the 9. And then there's certain things that it can be spent on. So it's got to truly be infrastructure to Raintree. You know, we can't, you know, it's like if the dam has, you know, repair or failure, if Spring Lake Dam was, that they said, hey, it's got to be replaced. It's for things like that. You can't use it for regular ongoing maintenance or operation of Raintree. But it's in the bylaws, which it's near the end of the bylaws, it specifies all of it that we're governed by.
Thank you for catching that.
No problem.
We need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Meeting is adjourned. Open forum is now.
Hi, it's Linda Camden. I have a few questions. First of all, I hope your throat doesn't hurt. It sounds like it does, so I hope you're okay with that. John, you mentioned a balance sheet and some references to accounts on that. Was there a handout that we missed? We didn't see anything out there.
I always print this off and then I give it to Haley and then she can post it, put it in a little folder right there for anybody to get one, or she can do a copy.
Do you believe there's something out in that hallway that I should have gotten?
No, not right now. I bring this to the meeting and then I give it to Haley and tell her to
there'll
make
be
copies
stuff out
available for people, so.
Okay,
that they
can we
get-
start getting them for the meeting so that as you reference them, we can actually see what you're talking about?
I think she's not here and I'm not gonna make the copies on my home printer. We need to make the copies here.
Do you all not have access to the office to be able to make 25 to 30 copies?
If I could get here early enough, but I'm usually going to work, you know, and coming straight here, so I can't.
Is there someone on the board that could
We'll
do
try to
that?
correct that.
Say it again?
We will try to correct that.
Great, thank you. That's what Scott, you mentioned something about announcing maybe for the Lakes and Beaches Committee and not getting any response. Did you say something?
Yeah, she was supposed to put out an email. I think we did it back in December or November.
Okay,
Didn't get much. We'll do it again if you guys
please,
are wanting to do it.
put it out
Sure.
again. Thank you.
Okey-doke.
Okay, your 2 minutes are up. We'll come back to you.
Great, thank you.
Anyone else?
Carrie?
Hi, Kerry O'Brien. I have some questions about cleared lots. There's 2 cleared lots on Moonshine and one or two on Magnolia. We were in here last year, we were talking about using silt fencing and stuff for erosion control. And none of those lots, there's one on Moonshine that clogged the culvert on that big rainstorm, flooded over the road, and that culvert is still clogged there. And I think it should be the property owner's responsibility. I mean, you clearly see that the rain washed all the trees and stuff down and he clogged the culvert. And then there's a couple more on Magnolia that you can just see the mud rushing everywhere. There's no silt fencing or anything up.
Carrie, is that the one where they had the machine come in and grind everything down?
Yeah,
There's 3 of them lots in here, and they're gonna build homes in here for people, I think. Ready
Right,
Now
yeah,
or something
yeah.
is the name of it.
okay,
And I guess we're gonna have to confront them, because I know they came in and ground the lots down, and
right.
maybe architectural might know more.
Yeah, so we approved one lot's on Moonshine and one on Duffer for homes. I don't recall if we approved one on Magnolia, but there's actually a seminar, it's next Friday, on, the county's putting on about stormwater runoff and how to control that. And
Right.
one of the topics is silt fences, and we're gonna
Right.
talk to them. We've been urging all projects to use those hay tubes, but the county says mulch mounds, so if you clear a lot and you pile up the mulch, that's effective.
Is
too.
that a code that you're supposed to do that county's supposed to be enforcing?
I don't know that
Is
it's,
that us?
I don't know that it's a code, but they're more than happy to come out and look, if we complain, or if they receive a complaint about runoff, they
Okay.
have repeatedly volunteered to come out and check
Any tree
anything.
left on the lot.
Yeah, I see them running around here all the time,
And
code
then
enforcement.
I haven't,
they have all that mulch.
I hadn't heard of
And they
any
just leave them.
overflow onto, on either one of, on Moonshine or Duffer. But there's a seminar next Friday, actually, or the 28th, I think 27th, 28th. We kind of decided to table that, what we're gonna require in the manual until we hear from the seminar.
Okay.
But thank you for bringing it up. I mean, we can go talk to them now. The last thing we want is, we need to somehow counter the eutrophication and things going on in our lakes as it is, but stopping continued runoff is more important,
Right.
as important as trying to
Right.
reverse the eutrophication process.
Ken, I think one thing you can ask is the inspectors need to get with the builder and the homeowner, and the silt fence has to be up before they touch a single thing on the lot, because it's in the rules as it sits today, and they just don't do it,
We are we're
Yeah.
going through and rewriting and
Yeah.
revising all of that stuff. And I apologize that we haven't gotten it done yet, but we're in that process, but we'll be more than happy to go look at those lots.
Okay.
Okay, there was one,
This is just a side, but I have a couple of cough drops if you'd like one.
no,
Okay. But I do have a question. This is a follow-up to your discussion about Dove Court, the house that's being built off of Forest Drive.
Uh-huh.
That was originally supposed to be a cul-de-sac of 5 or 6 homes. It appears that the homeowner bought all 6 lots and built one house on it. Now, I don't know, but I remember hearing some discussion when I've been in board meetings before about when a road needs to be built, that there was going to be some kind of a rule that there had to be like 3 or 4, a certain percentage of the houses built before Raintree would build the road. Since they bought that entire cul-de-sac, I'm wondering if all those same rules would apply.
That a percentage of the lots would have to be built on?
It doesn't appear that they're going to be, because they
No.
built the house
No,
across.
your understanding was that a number of the lots.
Right, that they wouldn't build, they were discussing this because there was another
I
one
know that-
over here where they built and they had to put a road in.
On Sassafras Court, they
Yeah.
put a road in because
And
of a
they were
single.
discussing that, and I don't know if it ever passed. I was just bringing it up.
Oh, I know there was a single home built on,
Right, and then they were
Sassafras
saying,
Court,
well,
and they-
maybe they should
and
change
the
the
POA
rule to
asphalted.
where it had to have like 3 or 4 houses built so that they wouldn't have to build the entire road for one
I don't know,
person.
we're going through the whole manual now, and I'll look through the motions book too, but I've never seen that or heard
Well, I
that.
don't know that it was ever
And-
passed, but
Oh, okay.
I'm just bringing it up.
Oh, you're inquiring if it
I'm
passed.
inquiring,
I'm sorry.
because, and since they bought all of those lots, so there's not gonna be more than one house there, I'm assuming.
Right.
okay, lady in blue.
On the 1L decision to end the contract, was it voted on by the board? And if not, why was it not voted on by the whole board? And if it wasn't, who made the decision and why were the others not informed? And was there documentation of the meeting?
So I'm still in discussions with John, and I think until the discussions are finalized, I don't think that it's a good spot to talk about, except through with John. He was supposed to have a apples-to-apples bid. The original mowing bid that he bid on for around $69,000 did not include all the mowing that we used to get done with the maintenance department. So we asked him to update that bid to an apples-to-apples bid, which I don't have the exact dollar amount, but it'll be greater, obviously, if there's more work being done than his original bid. And he was supposed to have that to me by Wednesday. I did not have it by Wednesday, and he hasn't called back, so.
Okay, the way I understood though, he was doing the, also the snow removal and stuff. So I guess
again,
my question on that is also with the snow removal.
So the contract is a very vague contract. There's stuff in there that you would think should be in there that's not in there, and vice versa. But I don't want to go into it more without it being directly with John until it's finalized.
Then do you have an idea when we as a community will know? Because I believe we have a right to know.
As soon as he gives me the numbers and we can agree to use them for the lawn care side, then everybody will know
So
immediately.
you'll be transparent with that then?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Just to follow up with that,
You haven't been called
oh,
up.
okay,
Sorry.
Dave was
Yeah.
looking at me there.
Hi, thank you, Deb Anderson. Thank you for raising the issue about the cleanup. And I just wanted to build on that just a little bit. The HOA has been sponsoring this annual cleanup for at least the 23 years that I've lived here. And it's been consistently a great project. We've cleaned up a lot of trash, but we really need more people. You don't have to be an HOA member. It would be nice if all of Raintree thought about helping. And what we do is meet up at the club usually at 9, I think, in the morning on that day, which is April 5th. And we have a map of Raintree, and people go in and mark with the highlighter the sections that they're committing to cover that day. And the HOA hands out trash bags, and people bring their trash bags back up to the dumpster, which has been over by the boat dock, the maintenance shed, the last few years. And if some people go out and clean early, if they can let us know so that we don't cover that territory again. But it's a pretty big project, and we really appreciate community support with it. And also, I wanted to mention that I do have HOA membership forms here if anybody wasn't able to get into the pro shop the few hours that they were open this last month or so. So I'd be happy to give you one or two to share on that.
Okay, Ms. Tilly?
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna follow up with that, Dave, so once you guys have everything squared away and stuff like that, is that something that you bring before the board and you guys vote on what the parameters or whatever is gonna be?
Yeah, absolutely. The board has to vote on almost everything, especially big stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Lady in the back?
Nancy Yao. On the HOA cleanup, we've also had teens in the past who've had to do community service for maybe a Boy Scout project or the high school, the football team. There were members of the football team that came and did some of their community service and helped with the cleanup. It's a good family outing for families, and like I said, for the teens that need to fulfill requirements for school activities, it's a great opportunity.
And I think us as a whole is asking the entire Raintree to please help. This is our place. Anybody that would help, I mean, that's all it's doing is making our place better. And if we can get, as many people out to help the HOA and the POA to do this together, we're asking for everybody. So.
We cover a good amount of Raintree.
And thank you
But
for organizing and doing this in the
Yeah,
past.
we just don't usually have, it's usually 99% HOA, and the HOA is not the whole You know, I don't know how many people we have, but we could have a lot more with the whole community.
Can you have Tara send an email?
Yeah, I think we could send an email out to,
Mine again, okay. So thank you for the email that we did get about stay off the streets because of the weather coming up. My question is, does CPM have all Raintree owners' email addresses so that everyone would have received
I can
that
take this
communique?
one. So, like I said earlier, Terry's going through and getting ready to do a communication campaign to everybody in the community to, one, make sure their information is up to date in CPM, as well as communicate the feature enhancements with the communications that are coming.
And is that via US Postal Service? That these
Digital.
people will get this?
It's all digital.
If she wouldn't have my email address, how am I gonna get this communique?
I stated in the email I sent you as well. So it's going to be, she's going to reach out to everyone in the community.
How is she gonna reach out?
So their information should be in CPM. So however she needs to, phone number, snail mail, email, whatever it takes to get the community to get their proper information updated so that we
Got
make
it.
sure we don't miss anything.
I missed that, if you said that earlier,
Yep.
thank you, it went over my head. Okay, because the whole cleanup day, would be a great way for us to get the community to be aware. And so who leads communications now?
Those two,
Mary Lou and
Mary Lou and Dave.
Dave, you're the communications,
I help with the tools to get it done, yes.
thank you.
All right, gentleman in the hat.
Yeah, Robert Hara, what's the status of in-house engineer checking the spillway in Cinder Lake?
so I have not reached out to him yet, Robert. I will do that tomorrow. But as far as we're getting through the snow, we're getting through that progress. But we do have to set funds aside to hire, talk to the guy that lives in here, and also set funds to the side to hire the actual engineer and start the process to look at that and adding wings to another spillway. So
What was the last part?
we're gonna ask him to do multiple things. So again, I'll bring that back to you next month. But I don't have an engineer lined up that we all feel that would be the best one, besides the number of the guy in here, which I still need to talk to.
In the back.
My name's Lisa Brocksmith, and we've talked about this before, and it's kind of doing another little nudge regarding the campground. If it could possibly be utilized in the wintertime for storage for boat trailers, boats, RVs, extra cars, trucks, maybe to help with homeowners getting those items off the road
So
to make it flow more.
we don't want to put, we'll have to talk about this as a group, but the problem with storing stuff off-site without it being in a fenced cameron is thefts. There's even problems with thefts in the place of the storage yards. If you look at them, they are heavily cambered up, heavily fenced. Even the new place that went up on 55 had several $1 million worth of Cadillac that they were stolen from right after they got the new section up and running. So for Raintree to allow people to put stuff down there and start having, if thefts happen, who's gonna pay for that? Is it at the homeowners? I mean, this is a discussion to be had, but I myself, every time I store something away from my personal residence, with the stuff that the kids are into nowadays and stuff, has been theft. So I try to store my stuff as close as I can to my house. But that, if you pay for a facility that's heavily cambered, that's one thing, but I don't know if we want to, do we want the responsibility of other people's trailers on a one-by-one? I don't know, that's something to be discussed for sure.
Eyesore.
Yeah, that too. And Tilly?
Just clarification, so, Mr. Bowden, right? So, for me as a property owner, to get communications, it's gonna be through email. Are we no longer using the website at all, or is that a?
Yeah, so the website is going to be a primary source of truth for data reference and guidance. CPM will be the force of truth for communications, which will be digital, email. Also, we're going to enable SMS feature, which you can opt out of if you want, as well as different types of communication, standard, emergency, stuff like that. And the newsletter, we're still talking about that, but we still kind of see that going out snail mail.
So you're saying basically
The
the
once a year.
website is really for, just for information for people maybe looking into buying in Raintree, and it's not gonna be a place where we're gonna get information from you, the board, so much?
It'll still be a source of truth for information and guidance, so there'll still be posts and things of that
Okay.
sort.
Oh,
We
they-
haven't sat down and fully talked out the redesign yet.
Okay, okay.
Lady in the back.
Hi, Sabrina Hirschen. I was just wondering if there's been any discussion about our ditches being made deeper and maybe put more rock around them, so there is no so much debris or leaves, going into our lakes. And just wondered about that.
So maybe one of the older board members can answer that, but I think as time's gone on, there has been ditches worked on and lined with rock in steps as we go. They're just not all done at one time. Is that correct, John? Or?
Yeah, I think it's, it's pretty much based on funds, it's whatever created a problem, we'd look at it and make the determination of what could be done. Part of the issue is that most of those ditches and culverts aren't on Raintree's property.
Right.
They're on homeowners' property, and, it becomes a slippery slope after all that stuff was done and the roads were put in. Do you do yours and not yours, and not yours but yours, and where you draw the line?
Do you have a certain ditch in mind?
Yes, it's across the road, it's on East Vista, and after the big rains, we get like a 10-inch rain, it floods over our street and all the leaves come down, they go down, makes a rut all the way down to the lake, and the lake just fills up with leaves and dirt.
Get her address, and we'll have John look at it.
What's your address there?
9759 East Vista.
Okay.
Not this week, but next week we'll have somebody come over and look at it.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Gentleman here.
Who owns the actual country club? Is it Raintree or is it the golf course? I would like to do an event and I didn't know who to approach. If it was the golf course people that own that building, or if it's Raintree, or who?
It's a privately owned country club.
Okay,
Dave Tucker.
okay, Dave took that. All right, thank you.
Everything that you said that CPM's gonna add for in their services, all of that, David, that's already included in our contract, right? Okay. When we launched the MailChimp, for everyone to get on email about 5 years ago, the communications team, one of the things that we did is that people came to the window for stickers and stuff. We gathered their information there, just as another avenue to get information. So, because stickers are coming to in-person, that might be a good way to, another source, another avenue to get it.
Okay.
I have the form if you want it to use again, for people to sign up for that. If you want it, I can send it your
We'll
way.
take it under consideration.
Is the proper way to contact CPM by going to Raintree's website and then going to the CPM link?
Ask that question again, I'm sorry.
Is the proper way to contact CPM by going to Raintree's website and then clicking on the CPM link that's there? Brings,
That's just another way to get to the CPM site if you need to actually contact them. So it leads you to the same place that you go to log in to pay your assessments.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Okay, now, the website does not show you as being a member of any committee or on any committee.
Oh, it does. It has since November.
No, I was just in there yesterday, and it does not show you as being.
Which website are you on?
Which one?
RaintreePOA.net. The
Yeah.
committees, it does not show you as being on any
It
committee.
shouldn't show anybody on the committee because they haven't been formed yet. I actually cleared those forms as we're building them. but I've been on the board page for quite some time.
Okay, well, are you also on the communications committee?
No,
No? Oh, I thought you were. because-
no, I'm just helping out with the tools and the avenues to help with the communication.
I was just wanting to let you know that it doesn't show you on. It does show you as being a member of the board,
Mhm, I got you.
not as a committee.
Is there anyone else? This meeting is adjourned. Oh, sorry.
No, I just want to say, you know, when people purchase lots, they can clear, that doesn't require ACC approval to clear their lots. So I'm not sure that ACC has anything on Magnolia. So I appreciate and encourage you to report those kind of things to the board or ACC, so, because I'm not sure we were aware of anything going on Magnolia. So thank
Okay,
you.
let's see, so Magnolia runs north and south, it's on the west side.
Okay, perfect, thank you.